Welcome to AGORACOM Small Cap Breaking News, your daily go-to source for the best small cap headlines. For over 65 million investors since 2007.
Wow.
Get ready, because we've got 4 companies.
Okay.
With late-breaking news that's sending shockwaves through the market. Let's dive right in.
Sounds good.
First up, we're heading over to HPQ Silicon, trading under the symbol HKQ on the TSX Venture Exchange.
Okay.
This morning, they dropped a bombshell announcement. Their subsidiary Novasium just filed a provisional patent for a groundbreaking new process.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
That could completely disrupt the aluminum recycling industry.
What exactly are they doing?
Hold on to your hats, because this is big. They've figured out a way to take black aluminum dross, that's a toxic waste byproduct from aluminum smelting that usually gets dumped in landfills, and transform it into green hydrogen.
Wow. So they're not just solving a massive environmental problem, they're also tapping into the booming green hydrogen market.
That's right. And get this, the process also produces other valuable byproducts,
Right.
making it incredibly cost-effective. Novasium says European recyclers are currently shelling out up to €600 per ton. To dispose of this stuff, their process could save them a whopping $900 to $1,500 Canadian dollars per ton.
Now that's what I call turning trash into treasure. It's no surprise that Dr. Oliver Moose of CTAG, a leading independent industry expert, is calling this a game changer.
And the industry is already buzzing. Novasium's COO, Dr. Jed Crame, let slip that they're getting calls from some major aluminum players who are definitely interested in this technology. This could be huge GE for HPQ.
Definitely one to watch. Okay, what's next on our breaking news agenda?
Let's shift gears to North Peak Resources, symbol NPR on the TSX Venture. They're making waves with some seriously impressive assay results from their Prospect Mountain Gold project in Nevada.
Gold, always a hot topic. What kind of numbers are we talking about?
Hold on to your seat. They hit a 42.7-meter intersection grading 2.1 grams of gold per ton in the Williams Mine area. And within that, there were sections with even higher grades, clocking in at 6.7 and 5.8 grams of gold per ton. To put that in perspective, anything above 5 grams is considered high grade.
Those are some eye-catching numbers for sure. But what makes this truly exciting is that North Peak has confirmed continuous low-grade mineralization between their Wabash and Williams zones, suggesting a much larger gold system is at play here. This isn't just a small, isolated find. We could be looking at a potential gold mine.
Exactly. And North Peak CEO Brian Hinchcliffe confirmed this potential, saying, and I quote, "The program successfully demonstrated both high-grade and wide low-grade areas, expanding the project's footprint." It sounds like they've only just scratched the surface of what's down there.
Okay, next up.
Now we're heading north to the heart of British Columbia's Golden Triangle. Scotty Resources, trading under the symbol SCOTNY on the TSX Venture, is making headlines with high-grade gold discoveries that have investors buzzing.
Let me guess they hit pay dirt too.
They sure did. Their latest drilling results from the Blueberry Contact Zone are remarkable. They've reported intercepts of 7 grams of gold per ton over 14.4 meters and 14.6 grams of gold per ton over 4 meters.
Those are impressive numbers, especially given the location. The Golden Triangle is legendary for its rich mineral deposits, and this just adds to the excitement.
Absolutely. And this puts Scotty on track to deliver its maiden resource estimate soon, a major milestone for any junior exploration company. Brad Rourke, Scotty's president and CEO, summed it up perfectly when he said, "The Blueberry Contact Zone continues to deliver high-grade results and has the potential to be a cornerstone asset for the company."
It certainly seems that way. Now, what's our last stop for today?
We're heading back south to Arizona, where Aztec Minerals, trading under AZT on the TSX Venture, has just pulled off a stunning discovery at their Tombstone project. And I mean stunning. They've hit bonanza-grade silver.
Hold on, bonanza grade, that's not a term you hear every day. What does that even mean?
It means they hit the jackpot. We're talking seriously high-grade silver. Get this. They intercepted a zone grading 7,269 grams of silver equivalent per ton. Over 1.52 meters. That's not a typo, folks. Over 7,000 grams.
Wow, that's incredible. Where exactly did they find this?
This incredible find was nestled within a broader zone grading 569 grams of silver equivalent per ton. Over 25.8 meters. And here's the kicker. It's just 439 meters away from a previous bonanza-grade intercept. They're finding ridiculously high-grade silver all over the place.
That suggests a potentially massive high-grade system, which could be a game-changer for Aztec. It sounds like CEO Simon Diakowski is pretty excited, too. He said this discovery adds a significant new dynamic to the project's overall potential. And who can blame him?
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. 4 companies, all with news so big it could send their stock prices soaring.
This is exactly why I love tuning into AGORACOM small cap breaking news. You guys always bring the heat. But what does all of this mean for the average investor?
That's a great question, and one we're going to unpack in just a moment. Stick with us as we take a closer look at what these discoveries mean for these companies, their industries, and of course for investors like you. Don't go anywhere! Welcome back to AGORACOM Small Cap Breaking News, where we break down the latest headlines and help you make sense of it all. Before we went to our notional commercial break, we were looking at some seriously impressive developments in the junior mining space.
Right.
I'm still reeling from those bonanza-grade silver numbers.
From Aztec?
7,269 grams per ton. It's like something out of a prospector's dream.
Yeah.
But what I find really fascinating is what these discoveries tell us about, the bigger picture.
I'm all ears. Lay it on me.
We'll take HPQ Silicon and their subsidiary Novasium, for example. Their breakthrough process for turning toxic aluminum waste into green hydrogen isn't just a clever invention. It's a potential game changer for the entire aluminum industry.
You're right. It's not just about cleaning up a messy environmental problem. It's about making the entire industry more sustainable and efficient. Exactly. Aluminum is everywhere these days, and the demand is only growing as pressure mounts to reduce carbon emissions and adopt greener practices. HPQ's technology could give them a serious competitive edge. And then there's the green hydrogen angle. We're seeing massive investment in this sector globally, and HPQ's process could position them as a key player.
It's like a perfect storm of opportunity for them. Okay, let's talk gold. North Peak Resources' impressive drilling results. But what really stood out to me was the confirmation of continuous mineralization between those two zones.
That's the key, right?
Yeah.
It tells us there's the potential for a much larger, more extensive gold deposit. And remember, they're operating in Nevada, a jurisdiction that's known for being incredibly mining friendly.
Which makes a huge difference when it
Yeah.
comes to permitting and actually getting a mine up and running. So they've got the grades, they've got the location. It's shaping up to be a very compelling story for North Peak.
Absolutely. And then we have Scotty Resources hitting those high-grade intercepts in the heart of British Columbia's Golden Triangle. It's almost unfair, isn't it?
Right. Not only do they have those impressive grades, but they're also in a region with a long history of gold production and existing infrastructure. It's like they're playing on the easiest difficulty setting.
Ha! I like that analogy. And remember, the Golden Triangle is attracting a lot of attention from major mining companies. Scotty's discoveries could make them a prime acquisition target down the line.
That's a very good point. If a major decides to swoop in, early investors could see some serious returns. Now let's talk about Aztec. And that silver discovery. I mean, bonanza grade. That's not a word you hear thrown around lightly.
No, it's not. And to find those kind of grades not once but twice in relatively close proximity, it's pretty clear they've stumbled onto something significant.
It does make you wonder, if Tombstone Diz, a once legendary silver district, is about to have a major resurgence. We know silver is a very volatile metal, but the long-term demand is there.
Absolutely. From industrial applications to investment demand, silver is here to stay. And if Aztec can prove up a significant high-grade resource at Tombstone, they'll be sitting pretty...
So we've got 4 companies, all making headlines with discoveries that have the potential to transform their fortunes, and potentially the fortunes of those who invest in them.
It's a lot to take in. But that's what we're here for, right? To help listeners like you separate the signal from the noise and understand what really matters.
Exactly. So before we move on to our final thoughts, I want to turn it over to you, our listener. What's resonating with you most? Are you intrigued by the clean technology angle of HPQ Silicon, the potential for a major gold discovery in Nevada, or the allure of bonanza-grade silver in Arizona?
Think about it. Which of these stories has you wanting to dive deeper? And do your own research. Because ultimately, that's what AGORACOM's small cap breaking news is all about. Sparking your curiosity and empowering you to become a more informed investor.
Well said. We'll be back in a moment to wrap up this deep dive with some final insights. Don't touch that dial. Welcome back to AGORACOM Small Cap Breaking News. We've been on a roller coaster ride today, exploring some major developments in the junior resource sector. From green hydrogen to bonanza-grade silver, it's been a wild ride.
And while the excitement is definitely palpable, I think it's important to step back and consider what we've learned. What are the key takeaways from all this?
That's a great question. I think the first big takeaway is that innovation is alive and well in this sector. Companies like HPQ Silicon are proving that it's possible to tackle. environmental challenges, while also creating economic value.
Absolutely. And this isn't just a feel-good story, it's a smart business strategy. As investors and consumers increasingly demand sustainable practices, companies that embrace innovation are going to have a serious competitive advantage. HPQ is a prime example of that.
And it's not just about technology, is it? Location also plays a huge role. We saw how North Peak Resources and Scotty Resources are benefiting from their strategic positions in established mining jurisdictions.
Right, being in a mining-friendly region like Nevada or British Columbia de-risks projects significantly. You have access to infrastructure, skilled labor, and a regulatory environment that's conducive to mining. That's gold in itself, so to speak.
I see what you did there. But speaking of gold, I think the discoveries made by North Peak and Scotty really underscore the enduring value of this precious metal. Even in a world of cryptocurrencies and digital assets, gold remains a safe haven and a store of value.
It's true. Gold has been a valuable commodity for millennia, and it's not going anywhere. And let's not forget about silver, which has a multitude of industrial uses, in addition to its investment appeal. Aztec Minerals' bonanza great discovery at Tombstone is a reminder that there are still major discoveries to be made, even in historic mining districts.
So what's the message for investors tuning in today? What should they be thinking about after hearing all this news?
Well, first and foremost, don't let the excitement cloud your judgment. Do your own research, understand the risks involved, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. But at the same time, don't be afraid to explore these opportunities. The junior resource sector is full of potential, and companies like the ones we've discussed today could be poised for significant growth.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So to leave our listeners with one final thought. As we move towards a more sustainable future, keep a close eye on the companies that are leading the charge. They could be the ones that rewrite the rules of the game and generate incredible returns for those who believe in their vision.
Well said. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring the world of small-cap opportunities.
That's a wrap for AGORACOM Small Cap Breaking News. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for more market-moving insights.